Sometimes it's time for old things to give way to new things. Hi, and welcome back to the Messy Garage. I wanted to talk today about the new thing, being the Icon Brake Caliper set. By the way, still working on getting to the ratchet showdown, but it's coming, I swear. But did the brakes on my Mini, the rear brakes on my Mini recently, and it's one of the Mini cars that has a rear brake caliper that needs a twisting with a special adapter kind of thing to get in there, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But this kit that I own didn't have the right adapter in there, and the closest one wasn't really that close, and it bugged me. So what I've done is gone and gotten the Icon kit, which we'll look at next. But I will tell you a couple things I'm already sort of seeing that may keep this around for a while, but are also other things with the reason I sort of am moving to a more day-to-day, if you will, or usual kit, I guess I'll call it. But here's what I like about this. This is a power-built case. I've had it for a long time, actually. I can't remember how long, but a very long time. And it does have some things that are kind of great in terms of being very complete, as grab it and you can do brakes with it. And what I mean by that is it's got these to do the brake bleeders. It's got these to get to the rotor, whether it's Torx or Hex. This has got some options, both metric and SAE common, I assume. It's got a brake line bender, which I've never used. Kind of nice to have it, and this is one of the reasons it might stick around. A tube cutter. So before you bend it, you're probably cutting it. And again, having kind of all of this in one spot, not the worst. Now, I tend to not use these things for whatever reason, although it has come in handy a couple times. But the main thing is this set of plates, I think, has kind of gone out of date a little bit. Didn't help me with my Mini. And so if you're asking why, you have a pretty nice and large kit, why am I going to something else? It's because of the sort of the shortcomings on the plate side. Nothing good for my Mini there. Now, the other thing I like about the Icon is a better case, and on this one, I opened it, all the plates were on the wrong side. I forgot, there's a this side up kind of thing, and I don't think this has that. We'll find out together in a minute. But this has more plate options. It does, I believe, have the correct one for my Mini, the Mazda that's outside, which is not too far off needing brakes, etc. And I think generally the quality of this has two of the caliper compressors in it. So I think in terms of plates, this is more complete. The Powerbuilt does have some other things, the Torx bits, etc., or sockets that are very good to have around. So I might keep both. But in terms of what I need, I believe it was this one right here to do the Mini, for example. Anyway, so I like the fact that this is a little more premium than I've got. Things like the plates are magnetically, I guess, touch these, we'll figure all that out. And of course, lifetime warranty from Harbor Freight. Doubt I'll ever need it, if I'm honest. But the other thing we'll see is these plates tend to snap in, they slide in, so they're captive, if you will. So opening it, not as big a thing, and even just the way it latches in should be more conducive to not having everything go all over the place when you open it. So that's the quick tour. Let's get inside. All right, so let's get into the case. One thing I noticed right away I really liked is labeling on the side. It's nice and thin also, so labeling on the side is a good thing. All right, so what we get is kind of like I thought. I guess, I don't know, I thought these like slid in and snapped over, but it doesn't really look like that. It looks more like they're meant to be sort of pried out, which is fine. But the key is they're captive, because on that kit down there, if I don't open it from the right side, which I should, it's not that hard, but I seem to do it constantly, I have all the pieces everywhere, and it's really annoying because there's not just a couple. A master key to what plates works where, which is nice. Pretty straightforward. And then some other instructions down here, which I will peruse later. And believe it or not, I actually do generally try to read the instructions. That's not going to last very long. Oh, I'll figure it out. Anyway, so, and then the bottom side, two of the pusher tools. My understanding is, yeah, they're magnetic, so they don't fall off very easily. So that's nice. Obviously, you can tell got a little bit of grease in the factory, which is also nice because that old one went through a rusty phase, and I was not happy to have to fix it. So where it goes corresponds to the number. That's, I guess, typical. And here's the thing. So a couple of things I would tell you so far. I'm from the South. A couple things I would tell you so far. Like the kit, love the case. They're very similar kits to this on Amazon, but what they mainly lack is this case. Is that a good reason to spend the extra money? And it's not a little... Maybe? I really do like the case. You can undo these pins very easily, which I'm not going to do because I'm not going to put it flat in the case, and you can kind of arrange them however you want. But I like how trim it is. I like how comfortable that handle is. I like having real hinges and real latches. And I like the marking on the side. I do wish, and this is what's going to lead me to keep the old guy around. You know, this case. Open this side up. And I highlighted that for a reason. Because if I don't, all of this goes all over everywhere. And here's the thing. What I would probably use out of this, or I do, are these. And I don't know so much, like I'm getting ready, I actually just bought the Holt brake flush machine because it is time to do basically all the flushing, or flushing all the brake fluid out of all my cars. So these will be handy for the bleeders, and you do sometimes need to open a bleeder to push the caliper in. It would be nice if for the money the Icon had these, and at least some of these. I don't know about the hexes so much, although I know some caliper slide pins are hex, very often are hex. So I don't know. What makes this kit worth keeping around, at least for now, I mean, I do have all of these. Don't really have many of these. Have flare wrenches that I really consider my bleeder valve wrenches, but these are as good or better in that respect, and are here when I'm doing brakes. So for the money, I really wish Icon had included something like that, because what's making me kind of love and want to keep the Icon is the case, because there are extremely similar kits, probably from the same place, on places like Amazon that have, you know, the same factory set of kit, without, of course, the lifetime Harbor Freight warranty, which I do value in general. Not so sure it's going to be, but so useful here. I guess if I wear one of these little nubs out, cranking on it, I could go get a replacement plate. But at the end of the day, for the money they command for this, a little selection of, you know, some of those hex and Torx sockets would probably be at least been nice. So you kind of have one thing to grab. Could maybe live without the wrenches for the bleeders, but that probably would kind of go there too. There's even kind of room in here somewhere, I would think. So on the whole, I think I'm going to keep it. This doesn't have all the plates I need, and therefore I may or may not keep it. I don't know. I'm back and forth because I do have all of those sockets it includes. I do have wrenches for the bleeder valves if I need them. So I don't know. And it's another whole case, and it's the kind of case I hate that has the non-hinges. Well, actually, this one sort of has hinges. At least this one just isn't plastic strip that folds over, but this is plastic, embedded in plastic. And for something as relatively heavy as these, I don't love that. Hasn't been a problem. Obviously, this kit's been, you know, pretty well used over years, but I don't know. So I don't know. I will be keeping this just because the size of it and the skinniness of it. I like the labeling. I think the quality of what's in here is very good. Value for money in total, maybe a B minus. You know, I do trust the Harbor Freight warranty and all that stuff, but, you know, and actually, to be honest, I'll put on the screen or I'll look it up with the Power Built set. I believe they actually still do sell this or something, you know, a direct replacement for it. I think this is a lot more expensive than this $60 list price, and I got it for $45 with a coupon. But yeah, so anyway, longer than intended, which is not uncommon here in the messy garage. So I'll sign off with that, and stay busy and stay messy.